Hello there, Mad Mike here, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to talk about something that's kind of interesting that's being brought up. It's a show, a Marvel show that's going to be going on Disney Plus, and it's an animated series for the MODOK character from Marvel. Now, MODOK is basically he's a floating evil telekinetic brain thing with little golden arms and legs. Um, and he's basically he's devolved since his creation to basically be a kind of third-rate villain at this point. He's not really anything too insane. He kind of has this. He exists kind of like almost like a shell of what he was when he was created, basically. And it seems like they're kind of continuing that route because this show is supposed to be an adult comedy, from what we understand. Akin to something like The Simpsons or Family Guy, which ironically Disney currently owns. But I guess it's kind of the same idea, except with putting a Marvel spin on it, because the series is literally described the same as a Family Guy type of series, where the MODOK character, who is voiced by Patton Oswald, has like a family life and stuff. It's basically just It sounds like it's just putting a Marvel skin on a Simpsons or a Family Guy type of dynamic, and that's all it is. I do like the idea of maybe doing something in an animated format that's more formatted for adults, as in an adult comedy. But the thing is, the family dynamic in those type of animated adult comedies, it's worn out. It was worn out. It was starting to get worn out, really, even when Family Guy was kind of at its height. You know, and The Simpsons have just stagnated into nothing now. They're barely even relevant. Their numbers have been dipping for years. And now Family Guy is starting to get to that point too. And it's the idea that, it's kind of worn itself out. The Simpsons was its own thing, and then Family Guy kind of came along and put a little bit more of a harder edge of comedy on that. They went a little bit more towards the censorship end, as opposed to the Simpsons that were a bit more, at the time when they came out in the late 80s, early 90s, were very edgy, but by this point they had it had become socially acceptable more and more, so it wasn't as shocking to people. And Family Guy kind of did that. They started out with a more adult comedy, even more adult than The Simpsons. But I don't think this is going to change anything. Disney's not going to go harder than Family Guy. It really wouldn't make sense, even though this is going on Disney Plus. But it wouldn't really make sense for them to do that. And there are some good things about this that I'm seeing, but not enough to kind of outweigh my initial reaction to this, which is, this might not be a good idea. Is Patton Oswald is. We know that he's been on the writing team for this because it was stated that he was going to be on the writing team. And now we learn that he is also going to be voicing the main character of MODOK. So those are two pluses right there, because Patton Oswalt is hilarious, and I do like him, like his joke telling format. His brand of comedy I always thought was very entertaining, both on the stand up stage and on screen. So with this, I kind of give that credit there, because I think that he'll at least make the dialogue funny from a general perspective, not just a crappy Marvel perspective. So I have a little bit of faith in the writing, but the problem is too, I haven't seen anything in the animation, because we haven't seen the animation for this. It could look ugly as sin. Obviously they're not going to put too much into this, because again, it's more built on the comedic aspects of it. But I'm kind of curious how much they'll actually dedicate to the animation of this, and if it'll be anything that's even remotely decent. And moving past that, or if it'll be one of those 3D animated shows, that'll be crap. That'll be crap. That's one of the other things, is that 2D animation is dying, unfortunately, in a lot of ways. But that's a subject for another video at another time. But this was interesting to kind of pop up and dissect. But again, it doesn't seem like, it seems like Disney is just kind of ripping something off that Fox has already done, and now they own. Now you can stick, hey, guess what? Family Guy's on Disney Plus, and The Simpsons are on Disney Plus, and now we have MODOK, which is the same shit as those other two shows, just with a nice fresh Marvel paint job on it. Again, it's one of those type of things. But there's not too much to this, but I did want to go over a little bit of that and kind of my interest in this moving forward, because it is a bit of a different Marvel thing than what we're normally used to seeing. You know, the more family friendly related stuff that they put in the films and a lot of the television stuff. So I don't know. I'm kind of split on it. I'm kind of torn on it. I really do like Patton Oswald, but I don't have much faith in anything else. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you want to see a MODOK series? Do you think that that would be something interesting for them to go into that adult humor type of area with an animated show instead of kind of keeping it the kid friendly stuff? Or do you think that this is just some kind of cheap grab in to kind of ape off of Family Guy and The Simpsons? Um, Again, put your thoughts in the comments below. I like to read them. Hit the bell for notifications, hit the like button, subscribe, and remember, I live my life free of compromise. Do you?